Hi everybody, this is Kathy. Welcome back. Today we're going to give shout outs to all the people who helped, in Eric's word, pull this all off. He is giving shout outs to some of the people who helped him with his plan. And so he's going to thank them on his very last live stream. Now he does plan on leaving in the morning, and he does. And by the way, this is on Tuesday the 9th, and this was 4 days after he canceled the deal without any apparent legitimate reason to build the Whitakers their home after large amounts of donations have poured into Eric's account for this home. Now, Eric doesn't know it, but the following Monday on the 15th, the state police will be opening up a fraud investigation over all this money and gifts that came in, which seems like it may have been under false pretenses, but I guess we'll have to let the police iron out those details. But this was the day after the family was taken away. 3 family members were brought into custody. Now, the problem is, 4 days later, he's still collecting super chats and money for the home, and people are putting in donations. But other people in the chat are very angry because they have donated. They have donated to this house and to the cause, and now Eric is telling people he's going to go home. The family's in custody. Now, not only does Eric not stop people from donating, but also Dwayne here is not saying anything either. Even though the deal was called off 4 days ago and the family is now taken away into custody, he continues to take money. Now, there were people that were going to report Eric, and apparently they did, because just days from here, they did open the investigation, the state police did, on Eric and Patrick for this missing money and gifts. There were people calling the state police and turning Eric in for taking all this money. Nonetheless, there were several people who called because they saw what was going on here. So, before they go back, Eric's friend, Mark, known as Douche, is going to give names to Eric to thank, because, again, these people he's about to mention helped pull this off, pull the whole thing off, as Eric says. And so anyway, let's listen. Now, don't worry, Eric and his gang with Mark and Dwayne and all his other buddies, they're going to get their own thanks. You know what I mean? I personally am going to give them shout outs just like they're giving other people shout outs tonight. We're going to give them shout outs soon also. So let's listen to what they have to say. Okay, guys, let's give the shout outs. Go ahead.
I want to give some names, if you want to repeat them.
What's that?
I want to give props to some names.
Oh, he wants to mention a few people that have helped us along the way. Linnea and Doug Brooks, for one, man, from the area.
Okay, Linnea and Doug Brooks. Yeah. All right. Linnea and Doug Brooks from the area. What did Linnea and Doug Brooks do?
Doug Brooks, for one, man, from the area.
Uh-huh.
Amazing people.
Oh,
Thank
amazing.
you. Thank you.
Thank you.
You guys have no clue. It was amazing with Timmy.
Yeah, amazing how they pulled that off. You see, he's talking about Doug. Now, if you remember, Doug was the one who just kept coming over with these TVs to hook up for Timmy in all these bedrooms whenever Eric called him, and I'm sure his palms were well greased for it. You know what I'm saying? All right, and who else?
Becky Meredith down to county permitting.
Oh,
Becky Meredith down at county permitting.
all right. Becky, yo, go back. Yeah, Beckley. Actually, she's Becky from Beckley. And she helped with the permits. Yeah, Becky. A shout out to Becky from Beckley. I'm sorry.
Becky Meredith down to county permitting.
Let's see what Becky did.
Well,
Becky Meredith down to county permitting.
Becky Meredith down at county permitting. When we were working to get the county permits, they went above and beyond, guys.
What'd they do?
They really did.
Shout out to the medical.
Okay. So Becky Meredith from county, I think he said, code enforcement went above and beyond. Not just above, but above and beyond to help get those permits. Yeah. Shout out to Becky. Now, Dwayne, one of Eric's best friends and co-defendant, I'm sorry, I meant co-host, he comes up with his own shout out. Go ahead, Dwayne. Who did you want to shout out?
Shout out to the medical, the nurses at when Ray got his knee taken care of, that the entire staff.
Oh
there.
yeah, doctors at the Medicare, dude. Which I gave them a shout out that day because
Ray got his knee taken care
Yeah,
of.
nurses, medical staff, woo!
Because they didn't have to do that.
I mean, you know, it brings back memories. I remember all the years I worked in the urgent cares, and he is right. We didn't have to, you know, treat patients or anything. What we would do is we would see them pulling up in the car and watch them through the window. And if they were in a wheelchair getting pushed in, we would look at each other and say, we ain't gonna handle this guy. He looks like so much work. And then we would discuss it. We'd say, you know what, we gotta make it look like we did something tonight. So then we would, and you know, sometimes our food wasn't gonna come for like 30, 40 minutes. So we would decide, you know what, the hell with it, we're gonna see this guy. So he is right. We can just pick and choose who we get to see. Yeah, so that is true. Now I also, it reminds me, I also want to shout out to the cashier who rung up my groceries this morning. Grocery, yep, we want to do that. And I want to also give a shout out to the woman who offered to carry my groceries out to the car too. Yeah, we do want to shout out to the people who did their job at the store today too. But go ahead, Eric. Who else are you gonna shout out?
Michael, Raleigh County Commission.
Oh,
Billy Michael.
Billy
Raleigh
Michael.
County Commission went above and
Whoa,
beyond.
Billy Michael went above and beyond. All right. Ooh, Billy Michael from Raleigh Commission. I guess he is a, what does he do again?
Billy Michael, Raleigh County Commission, went above and beyond. He was the one that told us about the flood zone.
Oh, the flood zone.
And everything, and got that printed up for us.
Oh, they got it printed up. And yeah, I did look up. I think they charge like $1 a piece. So, all right, Billy Michael. Billy making guppies. Now, who else?
Syntec Engineering that was going to do the
Oh,
survey.
Syntec Engineering,
Syntec.
that
All
was
right,
going to-
Syntec. All right, Syntec. Ooh, shout out to Syntec. Yeah. Now, they're talking about Syntec Engineering. Syntec. They are in Beckley, West Virginia, specializing in civil engineering, environmental permitting, land surveying, and all that good stuff. So, what we're going to learn right now, well, I already knew it, but you might not know, Eric's friend Douche, also known as Mark, paid for those permits. I would like to know if that's true, by the way.
Measure out.
Mark came here from California, dude. He spent his own money to get out here.
Ma
He
pocket.
paid. We went and met the day about this, went down with BJ, went and met with the surveyor there in Beckley,
Wow.
paid him, and they were coming out to survey the property.
Paid him.
That was why we was back there on the property trying
That's
to
why.
find it. We found out their house was in the flood zone. They could not build there. Not only that, it wasn't their property.
But somehow they gave you those permits and accepted money from your friend there for the survey. And I wonder what that cost. Because he claims Mark paid for that at that he claims that Mark paid for that survey, paid Suntech the survey money. So did his friend Mark pay Suntech for that survey? Suntech Engineering out of Beckley, did Mark Escobar pay for that survey as they are claiming? Just wondering, asking for a friend.
Tech engineering that was going to do the survey.
Syntech Engineering that was going to
Did survey.
do the survey.
Okay, now he's got one more name on the list after the survey, thanking the survey people for taking his money for the survey. And he's got one more. Who else, Mark?
Did survey.
Do the survey.
And the Amish.
Oh, and the Amish. Now, who could forget the Amish, because they were a huge part in helping Eric and his buddies pull this off, as he referred to it. Yeah. Ooh, shout out to the Amish. Yeah. Go Amish. Now, let's just remind ourselves who the Amish is, because they had a huge part. They might not have known it, but yes, the Amish played a huge part in Eric's story of this home that was supposed to be built. So let's remind ourselves, what exactly Amish are they talking about? Now, according to Eric, him and his buddies had to drive to Virginia, in a place where the Amish were in Parisburg, Virginia. And according to Eric, he needed his good, close friend, who he loved so much, Robert Mass, to be the go-between with these Amish people. Because according to Eric and Mark, his friend Escobar, you can't just go and talk to these people. You need somebody who used to be Amish. Now, according to Eric's story, he needed somebody in order to help meet the Amish, such as Robert Mass. So, Robert Mass, according to Eric, used his own money to fly out to odd West Virginia to help out, to be the go-between, the, I guess you would say, Amish diplomat, so they could make the house deal for the Whitakers. So Robert Mass volunteered his own money and also put in $500, the first seed money, as Eric called it. So with the help of Robert Mass, who was the only one, according to Eric, who could pull this off, they drove to an Amish store in Virginia. Now, according to Eric, they picked a Amish town where they thought they may be able to find an Amish bishop. And what they did was that they went to the store in this town. So Eric and Robert Mass and his friends went to this Walker Valley market, and Robert Mass he did his magic, bought the block of cheese, and spoke Amish, I guess Pennsylvania Dutch or something. And then they were able to meet the bishop. And according to Eric, they all went to Mr. Sam Chupp's house, the Amish bishop's house. And they saw all these wonderful things, and Sam Chupp agreed to make the deal. So yes, that is a shout out to the Amish and everybody else that made this Amish deal happen, that didn't happen. And not only did they thank the Amish, but the guy who put the business card on the
survey.
And the Amish.
And the Amish custom wood cabinets.
Custom wood cabinets from the Amish. So shout out to the guy who put his business cards at the checkout at the Amish store. Big shout out to you. Yeah, don't forget. Don't forget the guy who makes the cabinets. Now, he said they're wonderful cabinets, and yeah, so a big shout out to the Amish cabinet maker who left
Dude,
his.
this is some of the coolest furniture I've
The
ever
coolest.
seen in my life.
Isn't he so funny? Yeah, so shout out to the Amish cabinet maker who left his business cards at the desk, or at the checkout counter, I guess. At the spot where you buy the big blocks of cheese. Let's just put it that way. Anyway, so there you go. Those are the people who, in Eric's word, helped pull this all off. And don't worry, they're going to get their own praises. Eric and his friends, they're going to get their own award show. And but this here might be a little helpful for the investigators, because there's all the players that helped Eric pull it off, including some businesses and county officials, I guess. So anyway, so thanks for listening. I think I'm going to wrap this up. Wonderful, wonderful. And I say we get the Eric and Dwayne here a little bit of shout outs for ourselves for the wonderful performance with Eric and Dwayne. They really, they themselves should get some credit for pulling this whole thing off. Anyway, so there you go. There's some players in Eric's game. Couldn't have done it without you guys. Anyway, thanks for participating in Eric's thing. Anyway, thanks for listening, and peace.